Hey guys, Laz Duffy here for Laz Duffy's YouTube channel and live streams. Please make sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel, hit the notification bell on, subscribe, and share it to your friends, family, and loved ones. Today we're watching KOLD News Channel 4. Then we'll take a break at 5. Then at 5:30 we watch CUSAV News with Earl Donald. And then at 6 p.m. we'll finish watching KOLD News Channel 6. And then that'll be it for today. So I'm going to turn on, get my camera, get my computer, to watch your guys' comments and stuff, and enjoy the live stream. Let me turn the camera on here.
U.S. coronavirus deaths have surpassed 351,000. That's more than any other country. This as the vaccine rollout starts to pick up speed and tries to make up some ground. Chris Martinez has the very latest from Los Angeles, the nation's largest coronavirus hotspot.
In hard-hit Los Angeles, 1 in 5 people is now testing positive for COVID-19, and more than 7,000 are hospitalized.
This is the worst medical disaster that I've seen in over 30 years of practicing in emergency medicine.
ICUs are filled to capacity, and some hospitals have set up tents outside to help handle the surge. Here at Mission Hospital, they're not only facing a shortage of space, but also a shortage of oxygen. This is one of 6 LA hospitals where the Army Corps of Engineers has been called in to help upgrade the oxygen delivery systems. At a medical center in San Jose, 43 emergency department staff members were infected with the virus, and 1 died after a staffer wore an air-powered costume. The costume's fan likely helped spread infected droplets through the air. COVID-19 took the lives of more than 77,000 people in December, making it the deadliest month so far, and healthcare professionals expect it will get worse, fueled by holiday travel and New Year's parties, like these in New York City and Los Angeles. The first American to get the vaccine back in December got her second dose of the Pfizer vaccine today. Nurse Sandra Lindsay remains one of about 4.2 million who have been infected droplets through the air. COVID-19 took the lives of more than 77,000 people in December, making it the deadliest month so far. And healthcare professionals expect it will get worse, fueled by holiday travel and New Year's parties, like these in New York City and Los Angeles. The first American to get the vaccine back in December got her second dose of the Pfizer vaccine today. Nurse Sandra Lindsay remains one of about 4.2 million who have been infected through the air. COVID-19 took the lives of more than 77,000 people in December, making it the deadliest month so far, and healthcare professionals expect it will get worse, fueled by holiday travel and New Year's parties, like these in New York City.
I'm sorry for the trouble difficulties here. I'm gonna get it fixed and it's back on. I'm gonna put the live stream back on of the KOLD News 13 or 4:30, and then at 5 we'll take a break, and at 5:30 we watch KOLD News CUSAV News with Earl Donald, and then at 6 we'll finish watching KOLD News 13 at 6. So sorry about the difficulties here, and I'm now going to put it back on to news. And stuff.
This afternoon, supporting the 2 Democratic running in tomorrow's U.S. Senate runoff elections. President Trump has a rally in northern Georgia tonight. Tomorrow's election could shift the balance of power in the Senate, perhaps creating a 50-50 split. Our D.C. Bureau reporter Kristen Casper breaks down the Senate scenarios.
2 Senate races,
Wow.
1 state, high stakes. As control of the U.S. Senate hangs in the balance, Michael Thorning with the Bipartisan Policy Center guides us through some of the post-election scenarios.
The outcomes are extremely important for the country.
If either Republican Senators David Perdue or Kelly Loeffler prevail following Tuesday's runoff, Republicans will have the majority and keep control of the chamber. But if both seats flip, Democrats would have the upper hand after Vice President-elect Kamala Harris takes her oath. That much is laid out in the Constitution.
The Vice President breaks any tie in votes that should come up, but the implications are actually much bigger than that. In the past, the way the Senate has worked is that the party of the Vice President gets to be the majority party.
And the majority party gets to determine the agenda, what bills are voted on, shaping the floor debate, and so on. Thorning says we've actually seen a tied Senate before, back in 2001.
Vice President Cheney essentially, tipped the scales, if you will, for Republicans. And so they came up with a formal agreement. It was passed by the Senate by a resolution of how they would share power in this time.
If a similar split happens again, Thorning says another agreement would likely be reached, and the Senate reins could be handed back to Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
As united.
If Republicans end up maintaining power in the U.S. Senate, it will preserve checks and balances, as Democrats will be in control of the White House and the U.S. House of Representatives. Reporting in Washington, I'm Kristen Casper.
A Trump administration official just said the 2020 census numbers used to allocate congressional seats won't be available until February. That effectively blocks President Trump's push to exclude illegal immigrants from the count. A coalition of cities and advocacy groups say they do plan to seek court sanctions against Trump administration attorneys in a lawsuit over the census. The group says the administration has refused to turn over data and documents about the quality of the 2020 census.
Hey, I'm back. And coming up today a little later, the pandemic having an influence on career choices. I'm Brooke Wagner. It's one of the stories we're working on for KOLD News 13 Live at 5. More and more people are applying to medical schools across the country, including at the University of Arizona. A closer look at what people are calling the Fauci effect. And a bubble is coming to college basketball. Details on where this year's March Madness tournament will be held. It's all ahead on KOLD News 13 Live at 5. We'll see you in just a bit. Shaylee.
Okay, thanks, Brooke. An Avondale woman is being called a hero after rescuing the family next door from a house fire. As David Caltabiano shows us, it was all caught on video from the house's Ring doorbell camera. Take a look.
Flames coming out of this Avondale home, Carolyn Polish knew she had to wake up her sleepy neighbors on the morning of the new year.
And all I could think of was the kids.
Inside the house, Nicole Salgado, her husband David, and their 4 children.
We were all asleep. We didn't hear anything. We didn't smell anything.
So the neighbor kept going until the family of 6 got out safely.
She made sure that we got out of that house.
Every minute mattered.
The firefighters told us that if it would have been 5 more minutes and that roof would have came down with us in the house, we would have inhaled all that smoke and we wouldn't have woken up.
Carolyn feels grateful she was there to help, but it's not the first time.
I've been a nurse for 40 years, and you hope that you've always done good for everyone. But to actually see the result and to see them alive and well and their children are here, you can't ask for nothing better.
Her neighbor Nicole and David are healthcare workers too. From that morning forward, it became much more than just next-door neighbors.
Again, that was David Caltabiano reporting. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. Salgado said firefighters told her the home is now unlivable. We have new details on who may be more susceptible to severe complications from COVID-19. You'll hear from the experts coming up.
And the outlook is in what the rest of the month of January holds, not only for Arizona, but the nation. Coming.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell, weeknights on CBS.
Looking for quality replacement windows and doors at affordable prices? Sunshield replacement windows and doors fit any budget. Remember, don't overpay. Call Sunshield today for a free estimate on window replacement and ask about our easy financing options.
In 1947, after flying a B-17 over Europe, my parents settled in Tucson, Arizona, starting Dave Nichols Heating and Cooling. We are family-owned and operated, committed to honest, dependable, and friendly service. We are now doing business as Nichols Air Conditioning Specialist. We're an independent dealer of American Standard heating and air conditioning equipment. We are proud to be your neighbor. Call us today or check us out online.
We wanted to do a social distancing, so our volunteers pack the toys according to their wish list. We usually have 1,500 families signed up, which is about 4,000 children. Each of the child we give 2 toys and a book.
This year we have to make the choice for them, and it's really hard. It's fun, and then we get
We're gonna try Hulu now. What fans watching KOLD News or Tim Web at 4:30. So it's about the control difficulties again. I'm trying to get this fixed right now.
Family got 164. A lot of family not on the.
Okay, here we go. I got it fixed.
However you've been hurt, we handle all types of injury cases. Call me now, Attorney Adam Davis. Call Adam Davis,
5205.
Puzzle sales are soaring during the pandemic as families try to stay busy at home, but until recently, the industry was missing a critical piece. One brother and sister duo in Texas decided to take action after they discovered a lack of representation.
A lot of our puzzles that we ended up picking were like cartoons, like, you know, we had a Bart Simpson and a Mickey Mouse. It wasn't like anything particularly like represented us as as people of color.
That sparked an idea which became Puzzles of Color, a small business they started this year. Puzzles of Color finds artwork depicting Black culture created by artists of color and then puts them on puzzles. Erica and William are ramping up production and hope their small business can fill a missing piece in a bigger cultural puzzle. In many cities, restaurants can only serve customers outdoors. The challenge is keeping customers warm in the winter months. Now some establishments are finding a new way to turn up the temperatures. Kate Smith has more.
Eating outdoors under a tent.
We have your mulled wine.
Has customers warming up to something new on the menu.
As we're outside, I'm freezing, so I'm often looking for something that's warm.
And that's why the upscale Korean steakhouse Cote in New York is serving mulled wine.
Tell me a little bit about what we're looking at here. So these are the 2 mulled wine cocktails we offer.
Beverage director Victoria James says the red mulled wine comes warm with a shot of hard liquor, nuts, and raisins. The white wine version includes gin and cinnamon.
Apple cider is what it kind of reminds me of.
The pandemic completely changed how we interact with our guests.
Simon Kim, who owns the Michelin-starred restaurant, thinks the drinks could become the next big thing.
For the first time in New York City, hot cocktail became more of a necessity.
Offering mulled wine is more than just keeping up with trends. Bars and restaurants are adapting their menus to hold on to business.
It's a survival mechanism.
Chris Stang, CEO of Sagat Restaurant Guides, says hot cocktails are part of that survival. You can find Spike Cider at Washington, D.C.'s Truxton Inn. The Sportsman Club in Chicago has hot toddies. And Atlanta's Wrecking Bar is serving up hot buttered rum.
There's been a lot of necessary, I guess what you would call innovation.
In New York, that includes this 19th century flaming whiskey concoction at Dante. And the restaurant Niche Niche offers a boozy hot chocolate topped with chartreuse laced whipped cream. Back at Cote,
This is really a hot ticket here.
Which has the restaurant developing new hot cocktails for future menus. Kate Smith, CBS News, New York.
2021 could bring a new flare-up in chicken sandwich war. McDonald's is on the move, ready to roll out a new crispy chicken sandwich. The fast food giant describes the new item as a tender, all-white meat filet. It comes served up 3 ways: crispy, spicy, and deluxe. The new sandwich will be available next month at participating McDonald's locations nationwide. I don't think you're going to need any really hot drinks because it's still pretty warm here in southern Arizona.
Yeah,
I was looking at that thinking, that does work, back in the Midwest, the East Coast, where temperatures have certainly been quite cold, but I don't know about here.
Yeah, it's not. And maybe at nighttime, because we are dropping down pretty low overnight.
There you go. Sure, there's a market for it everywhere, I suppose. But hey, we want to give you a look at the way the rest of the nation, or parts of it at least, started the new year. We had the first day of the new year slightly below normal, and then kicked off a big old warming trend. Look at the Midwest. First came an ice storm, then came the snow. This is courtesy of my mom in the Chicagoland area, and that was the way they started the new year. But what does the rest of January hold for us coast to coast as well as Arizona? Well, the Climate Prediction Center has just come out with their outlook for the rest of the month, and you're seeing the dark orange here across the Northeast and the upper Midwest, a 50 to 60% chance above average temperatures, 40 to 50% chance for above average in this mid-range orange, and then the lighter orange, a 30 to 40% chance above average. But for Arizona, top to bottom, equal chances of average, above average, or below average temperatures. Take it for what you will, I suppose. Some folks on social media are saying, hey, it's a bit of a cop-out. Might sound like it, but we'll have to see what ends up coming to fruition here. Climate Prediction Center also expecting above-average rainfall for just about the eastern half, if you will, of the nation, as well as the Northwest. Equal chances for above-average or below-average rainfall here across the midsection of the state. Those of us here across far eastern Pima County, Santa Cruz, Cochise, parts of Graham County, a 30 to 40% chance below average rainfall, and across the far northwest corner of Arizona, 30 to 40% chance above average. So we'll have to wait and see if that comes to fruition here, but what would that mean? Well, for January, Tucson, our average monthly rainfall is 94 hundredths of an inch, so if the below average part pans out, then we'd expect obviously below that. For those of you, Sierra Vista, for instance, 98 hundredths of an inch is your January rainfall average. Here's what we can expect the next 4 days. Really mild conditions, smooth sailing here through our Thursday. Thursday, though, you'll notice an increase in cloud cover pushing out ahead of our next weather maker. Still mild, though, temperature-wise, 72. And then come Friday, we drop to the upper 60s, but it's that northwesterly component to the wind that will start to usher in some slightly cooler air as we head into the weekend. What about our rain and snow potential from this? Looks to stay well to our north as that storm system makes its closest approach, maybe just kind of swinging through northern Arizona, so perhaps a few flurries there. For the rest of us, the wind picks up on Saturday with those 15 to 20 mile per hour gusts, and then we are expecting that temperature cool down. So we're at 71 degrees right now. The wind pretty quiet from the north, sustained at 9 miles per hour, but again, that's going to be changing here as we head through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, we drop to 69, 66 Saturday, 63 on Sunday. Sunday, the coolest day of the next 7.
All right, thanks, Aaron. Making good on a New Year's resolution to lose weight looks like a smart move with coronavirus case counts still climbing all across the country. Obesity is a major risk factor for severe COVID complications. Mandy Gaither explains why.
Obese patients who contract COVID-19 are 74% more likely to end up in the ICU and 48% more likely to die. But why? Dr. Sanjay Gupta says it's partly due to how our bodies are built.
Our diaphragm is one of the major muscles that helps with breathing. Breathe in and the diaphragm contracts and the lungs expand to take in oxygen. But if you're obese, fat in the abdomen can push on the diaphragm, limiting how much air you take in.
And obesity is a precursor to other health conditions like heart and lung disease, diabetes, an impaired immune system, chronic inflammation, and blood that's more likely to clot.
Add COVID-19 to that, and the risk goes up even more. See, the cells that line your blood vessels and regulate blood flow, they are known as endothelial cells, and they can become damaged when you're infected with coronavirus.
Dr. Gupta says fat cells themselves may also be more susceptible to coronavirus.
The virus attaches to cells in our bodies through the ACE2 receptor. That's a protein that is on the surface of many cells. It turns out fat tissue has a high level of ACE2 receptors, thus acting in some ways like a reservoir for the virus.
Regardless of your weight, you can reduce your COVID-19 infection risk by wearing a mask, social distancing, and washing your hands. I'm Mandy Gaither.
The popularity of the Rubik's Cube has inspired a movie. We'll have the very latest from Hollywood coming up.
Live, local, late-breaking coverage continues in
Just minutes.
New at 5,
Next at 5.
2021 starts with a
KOLD
great
News
milestone.
13,
Within
next at
hours
5.
of the new year, the country
KOLD
surpassed
News
20
13,
million
next
reported
at 5.
COVID-19 cases,
Yeah.
while Arizona set its own record. Plus, hospitals all across the country are now on high alert for a new, more contagious COVID-19 strain that first surfaced in the UK. And the U of A is seeing record enrollment in the medical field, why it's being called the Fauci effect.
Palo Verde Glass installs Milgard windows specially designed for Tucson summers. Our windows keep the heat out and the cool in. Palo Verde Glass never uses third-party contractors. Add beauty to your home and comfort to your life. Call Palo Verde Glass today. Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Fry's, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Fry's, fresh for everyone.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become
Alexa,
much more common. In fact,
spell
most men don't
evening.
realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office, with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call
Alexa.
Peak Performance for Men today.
Alexa,
Got a great deal
Alexa.
at Toyotathon.
spell evening.
Toyotathon.
You too.
Evening is spelled
Got a great deal at Toyotathon.
E-E-N-I-N-G.
It's the final days of Toyotathon. Time for you to get a great deal.
Get 0% APR financing for 60 months plus $500 bonus cash on Highlander. Or lease a 2021 RAV4 for just $219 per month plus $500 bonus cash.
It all ends January 4th.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hi Tucson, I'm Phil Foster, owner of A Plus Handyman, here with my wife Patty and office manager Jennifer. We're licensed, bonded, and insured, family-owned handyman service in Tucson and surrounding areas. We pride ourselves on being honest, reliable, and affordable. Our techs are experienced and well qualified to handle your handyman needs. We'll knock out that honey-do list or completely remodel your home or business.
With quality you can trust. Done right the first time.
Call us today for your free in-home estimate.
If you're suffering from pain or numbness in your feet, you may have peripheral neuropathy. Head to Toe Healthcare continues to help these patients during these uncertain times. We assure you that we are a small medical clinic and are taking all necessary cleanliness precautions. We have treatment options that often require no surgery, no medication, and best of all, we accept most major insurances. Call Head to Toe Healthcare today.
You're gonna see a big difference. Head to Toe Healthcare.
New details at 4. A publicist is retracting his earlier report that actress Tanya Roberts has died. The 65-year-old actress remains hospitalized after she collapsed at her California home on Christmas Eve following a walk with her dogs. The publicist says Roberts' boyfriend told him yesterday that Robert had passed but was incorrect. It is unclear how that mistake occurred. Roberts is best known for her role as a James Bond girl in the film A View to Kill. She also starred in the 1970s TV series Charlie's Angels and appeared frequently on That 70s Show. Lego and Trolls made it to the big screen. Now studios are returning to the toy aisle for more movie inspiration. David Daniel has that and more from Hollywood.
3, 2, 1.
Are you ready for the Rubik's Cube movie? Hyde Park Entertainment Group and Endeavor Content are planning a film about the invention of the ubiquitous puzzle toy. There should be a market for the movie. Nearly 500 million Rubik's Cubes have been sold worldwide since it hit stores in 1980.
If you want to make it in the kitchen, you can't just flail your arms around.
The latest streaming sensation is Ratatouille, the TikTok musical. The project went from one TikTok user's tribute to the 2007 animated film to a full-fledged musical featuring Ashley Park as Colette and Andrew Barth Feldman as Linguini, plus such stars as Titus Burgess as Remy the Rodent. It debuted January 1st and raised more than $1 million for the Actors Fund organization and struggling performers affected by the pandemic. At $5 a ticket, that's more than 200,000 customers hungry for a musical meal. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
This ring just smashed previous records for the most diamonds in a single ring. Details coming up.
At CBS News, we help make sense of our world every evening. This is why the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell has been recognized by the Edward R. Murrow Awards as the best newscast on television.
Cummings Plumbing, Heating and Air. If you got a problem, we'll be there.
Are your water bills high? Do you have any signs of leakage? Cummings Plumbing, Heating and Cooling offers electronic leak detection to avoid costly damage to your home. Call Cummings Plumbing, Heating and Cooling today for your free estimate. 293-6900 or visit CummingsPlumbing.com.
Cummings.
Attention truck drivers, come to DSW, where you're a name, not a number. We have the best home time around. You can even talk directly to the owner. Get paid weekly with more miles and ample freight. Call us today.
You're more than just a number. That's why Cigna Medicare Advantage plans treat you like a whole person, body and mind. And if you get extra help paying for prescriptions, there's still time to get a plan that fits your budget. Call 1-855-816-0732 to get a Cigna Medicare Advantage plan with no monthly premium, no primary doctor copay, and medical and prescription coverage in one plan. Dental coverage too. Learn more with our free Medicare Advantage guide. If you get extra help paying for prescriptions, you can still get an affordable Cigna Medicare Advantage plan. Don't wait. Call 1-855-816-0732. That's 1-855-816-0732. Or go to ChooseCignaMedicare.com.
Attention truck drivers, come to DSW, where you're a name, not a number. We have the best home time around. You can even talk directly to the owner. Get paid weekly with more miles and ample freight. Call us today.
It's a new year and the perfect time to catch up on All Rise.
Being a judge means being patient and fair. Keep the faith. I certainly vow to do so.
Watch All Rise tonight on CBS or stream anytime.
There is a new Guinness World Record for the largest number of diamonds on a single ring. It's 12,638. It breaks the previous record by nearly 5,000 diamonds. The founders of Renani Jewels in India set the new record with this record-breaking ring. Again, it was made in India, and it's, I'm told that it probably cost more than $4 million. So not cheap, and it probably weighs a lot too.
My, that is a big ring. Still ahead, coming up on 5, the U.S. is behind where it hoped to be in terms of getting Americans vaccinated against the coronavirus. What action the FDA may take to increase the number of vaccinations.
And it is a critical week in our nation's capital. We'll fill you in on the latest from Washington, D.C.
Your HD News.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching KOLD News 13 at 4:30 p.m. until 5 p.m. We'll be back at 5:30 p.m. for the CBS Evening News with Will O'Donnell. And then we're going to keep on, I'll keep the live stream on for KOLD News 13 by 6 until 6:30 p.m. So thanks for watching this first half of KOLD the newscast live on YouTube live stream on my YouTube channel. Please make sure to keep on subscribing, liking, comment, and share. And turn the notification bell on. And I'll see you guys at